Well, John, I wanted to prepare some applause and, opening music for tonight's presentation of the Crony Awards for excellence in international, response to the coronavirus. How are you, John?
Well. I'm sorry that I have to be the one helping to host this. I heard Chris Rock was not available, so you're stuck with
Now
me.
that's racist. That's racist. He might be
That's
available.
not racist. Chris Rock's
Everything is
awesome.
racist.
I
Everything is
I
racist, apparently.
love Chris Rock. I love Chris Rock.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got look, when sometimes when I watch NFL football, um, they're declaring an MVP in the third quarter of the game, and I always find that a little bit bizarre. The
Too
game's not
soon?
over yet.
Yeah.
How do you know who the MVP is?
Good
So,
point.
in this case with coronavirus, obviously it hasn't run its course fully, but there's enough data now from what we've seen to make, to sort of hand out some acknowledgments of countries that have done a remarkable job. And that's what we're going to be doing tonight in our patron only hour. I think it's important to tell the audience a little bit about um, the patron only hour and maybe what happened over the course of the last week. You had a heck of a week. I was watching your interview with Bernie Kerik earlier, and that was fantastic. And
Thank you.
we need to talk about that a little bit. So, for the audience, if you haven't seen Jason's interview with Bernie Kerik, it was phenomenal, and a lot of meaningful stuff was covered in that interview. The fact I think you even got Bernie to smile, and I, I don't think Bernie Kerik has smiled in 17 years, so that's a big deal.
He's had a
So yeah,
rough
you.
go of things.
Oh, hell yeah, hell yeah, and he's a no nonsense guy.
Yeah.
I have great respect for him, and I thought the interview was fantastic. So tip of the hat to
Thanks.
you and to Bernie. I thought it was fantastic. So to the audience, if you haven't seen it, you need to see this interview. It's wonderful. And I think I agree with just about every single observation that both you and Bernie made in that interview. And you had some really insightful comments. So we'll get to that a little later in the show. But I had some challenges this week with YouTube that are somewhat consistent with the reason why we do this patron only hour
Right.
over at Patreon and Subscribestar. And it was a little rough this week. So
Well, tell us what happened.
I don't know if you want to get in. Well, it sort of began with me posting a video or attempting to post a video, which is the most recent video that I've got up there, which is what appears to have happened, or what appears to be the problem, I think is the title of it. And it's just a collection of footage that I've been pulling together, looking at what's going on in the country, what's with all this violence, and what might be at the root of it. You and I have talked about the fact that my career has been spent doing something called root cause analysis. And so one of the things that hit me with this whole George Floyd, Black Lives Matter, all the protests, there was an aspect of it after we discussed on this show that George Floyd and Derek Chauvin worked at the same restaurant. I think we broke that on the show. And that immediately introduces the notion that, if they knew each other, might there have been a motive other than just pure race, right? I mean, for all we know, George Floyd owed Derek Chauvin $500. I don't know. I don't know what happened there, but the fact that they worked in the same restaurant, might it have been something other than race? I don't know the answer. And then I think also at the heart of the matter is the real problem racism in the police force? Or is racism a problem, but it's a symptom of a bigger problem? And that's what I wanted to look at in the video. So I put together a video, turned out to be about 2 hours long, and I divided it into two videos. One is about the press and how the press has been dealing with this. And then the other one was looking at individuals And it took a long time to upload the video. It was a 2-hour video. As you were telling me, my bit rate was probably too high, so it was too big. But it took over 12 hours to upload.
Wow.
After uploading it, I got a copyright strike. And
Wow.
the copyright, yeah, like the copy, so yeah, like a 15-hour upload, and then they tell
Man.
you, sorry, you're blocked. So if you go to the deck I sent you, the first couple slides address this. We won't get into the patron only stuff until later, but the net of it is the thing gets uploaded, and I get this copyright notice saying you've been blocked globally.
Mm,
No one can watch this video anywhere. Now, this
nice.
is a hour and 45-minute long video, and the clip in question is 6 minutes long. All right, so a 6-minute clip in an hour and 45-minute video, and it says the one below that is the one that's blocked. So I'm used to getting, you can't monetize, you can't monetize, you can't monetize, but my channel isn't monetized. So, that's like me driving around Beverly Hills and somebody saying, you don't live there, you don't live there, you don't live there. It's like, yeah, I know. I'm not
I don't live
monetized.
here. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to tell me that, I'm not monetizing the channel. So what difference does it make? This one says the video cannot be seen.
Not at all. Free or
Blocked in,
otherwise.
blocked in all countries.
That's really amazing. I mean, as you said, John, this is a big part of the reason why we've put so much attention on doing shows on Subscribestar and Patreon, and people will be able to access our sponsor exclusive show in just about 20 minutes, either by subscribing to Crowdsource the Truth or to I Am John Cullen on both Subscribestar.com and Patreon.com. Hopefully people will subscribe to both. But so, continue. What else happened here? You weren't allowed to show the thing. It's been blocked globally.
Right. So after spending all these hours uploading it, YouTube doesn't really explain to you other than it's this 6-minute portion from 1 hour to 1 hour and 6 minutes. And that's it. Because of that 6-minute portion, you can't show this anywhere. Now, there's something called fair use, right? And fair use is when you are commenting, providing educational content, critiquing.
What's the difference between showing a Ford logo in a news broadcast about a car accident and printing a T-shirt with the Ford logo and going and selling it because you like Ford? You can't sell the T-shirt, but you can report on something that shows the logo as long as it's of newsworthy interest.
Exactly. And because this content on the Johnny Hoover channel is not monetized, right? I'm not commercializing this content, right? Although this is how I make a living now, right? I make a living entirely from our patrons on Patreon and Subscribestar. So that's my only income. The YouTube channel is not monetized for this reason. So they block the video for the 6-minute clip. But now here comes some of the irony. The irony is that the 6-minute clip has 1 million views on YouTube on another channel.
The original clip.
And it's the original clip that I have. I don't know if it's the original, but it's the one that I was trying to use. And it is footage that was shot of cops, a case of mistaken identity. The title of it appears to be misleading. There's no evidence here that the guy is an FBI agent. There's no evidence that he's Sudanese, although it says that in the title. But clearly it is a case of mistaken identity, and I tried to incorporate it into the video, and the video was blocked. So then...
Will even showing it like this get this video blocked?